Hello everyone. My name is Ashley Hill. I am your scholarship search strategist. I'm also the CEO of ALH Group, which manages the College Prep Ready program. And so right now you are looking at my website here, and I just wanted to point out actually we're going to be talking about tonight. So this is the homepage of the website here, just so you can see there. Just kind of giving you a glimpse of everything that we feature here. All right. Hello, S.A. Williams 36. All right, just check and make sure everything's good to go. So yeah, so I'm just showing here. Here is the website and kind of the things that things that I feature here. So I just wanted to share what that looks like. Also, I encourage you to visit the website, and that is, in case you can't see it, that is collegeprepready.com. Again, that is collegeprepready.com. And so what I really do here is I show overwhelmed and stressed families, students and their families. I teach them how to lower the college cost. As we know, it's very expensive. And I teach them how to lower those costs with a simple step-by-step solution, which involves them using their talents and their skills and their achievements to really maximize their potential. Hello. To maximize their potential to win merit scholarships. Thank you guys for joining in. And I want to quickly say hello to all of my replay viewers. Definitely thank you so much for tuning in. And again, if I say anything tonight, hello, Swacademics. If I say anything tonight that really resonates with you, feel free to give me a heart there on the right-hand corner. So just giving you guys a quick introduction. Again, my name is Ashley Hill. I am your scholarship search strategist. I am the CEO of ALH Group, LLC, which manages our College Prep Ready program. So I want to show you what we're going to be talking about tonight. So this icon right here is called Winning Scholarship Applications. So I'm going to turn it on me here just shortly, but I wanted to show you what we're going to be talking about tonight. And that is, what is the number one thing that scholarship judges are really looking for in winning scholarship applications? You may be surprised at the answer, may not be, but I'm going to get into that. I'm going to get into some of the errors also that scholarship judges are seeing, and that's causing them to disqualify applicants and throw out their applications. So I want to cover that as well to make sure that that you are creating winning scholarship applications. And then I will return back to this page because I want to share with you my brand new program that's actually kicking off here that I'm going to be talking about towards the end of tonight's session, where I give more detail into ways that I actually can work with you and help you to create those winning scholarship applications. All right. Hello. So I'm here. Hello. So I want to get right into it. So I'm going to be talking about these how to create a winning scholarship application. So first of all, just to give you some background here, the scholarship application is kind of the middle of the process. So first, what I teach is that there is a scholarship search strategy. You have to create that. That's a customized strategy because no two students are alike. No two situations, no two families, no two needs are alike in terms of covering the cost of college. And so first, I would advise any student, any family member that's watching of a student or an educator, is to work with a student to really get an understanding of what is the goal here, what is the need, or in other words, what is the gap that the student has. So, what aid do they have or what available funding is available to them, and then what do they need to cover. So for some students, they need 100%, scholarships. They need the entire package. For some students, they, have some different income sources. Mom and dad may be contributing, grandma, grandpa, of course, federal aid from the FAFSA. Also, maybe the college, if the student is of age, if they've applied. The colleges also have grants and different funding in place. So for my older students that have applied, those that are listening, is to really get an understanding of what is the goal. Because I find that it's a lot easier if you have a goal in place. And so once you have a monetary goal, whether it's $20,000, $80,000, whatever that goal is to then decide, okay, on average, am I going to be applying for, 300 scholarships, 100 scholarships, 50 scholarships? Just to set a goal. Again, it's a minimum. And the great thing about a goal is it can be, it's fluid, as I call it, it's flexible. So it can be changed. If you and your student are realizing down the road, you started out saying we need 50 scholarships. And maybe in the middle of the process, you decide that you need to increase that, or maybe you don't need to apply for as many. So again, I really encourage you to have a goal. But yes, so once the student has searched for the scholarships, they found the scholarships, let's say, okay, now you're ready for the actual application process. I want to jump right into what is the number one thing that scholarship judges are looking for. And they are looking for evidence of leadership skills. Now that sounds kind of, straightforward, but I want to jump into it because I think, as from what I've seen with students that I've been working with lately, is they're kind of struggling with that a little bit. And so I want to share a quick story. I was speaking at a school a couple months ago, and we were talking about this process. And so I started off the conversation and I said, who in here is a leader? Raise your hand if you're a leader. And wouldn't you know, no one raised their hand. And I said, okay, let's take a step back. Let's define a leader. So let's make sure that we're all in the same, wavelength here. And so I asked them, I said, do you know what a leader is? What would you define a leader as? And so they gave examples, the president of the United States, right? A CEO of a company, a manager, a superintendent, a principal. Those are the kind of the examples, that they gave. And I said, yes, those are leaders. So I said, okay, let's delve into how do you define a leader? So I shared my example or my definition. And my definition of a leader really is a leader is someone who has influence. They're exerting influence over a group of people to accomplish a goal. So that's what a leader is, is that they have that influence and they're accomplishing something with a group of people. So I went back to the students and I said, in actuality, all of you are leaders. Now, your skills may not be as developed. You may not have as much experience as, let's say, a CEO of a 500 Fortune company, but you are a leader in your own right. And so I gave them examples. Some students start their own business. They do the lawn care, the babysitting. And I said maybe you have launched an initiative, like maybe you started a volunteer project. Maybe you have a YouTube channel. Maybe you led a project within a group. So I told them you don't have to be the president. And that's what I'm telling you guys tonight. You don't have to be the president of the group. You don't have to be the CEO of a company to be a leader. But everyone, hello, H. Cloudy, welcome. So everyone here is a leader. And also I want to stop for a second. If I'm saying something and you have questions, feel free to ask me. So yes, I was defining for them, what a leader is. And so that is a leader, is that you have influence. And I told them that you don't have to have a formal title, but a leader, you can lead in your neighborhood. You can lead in your school. You can lead in your local place of worship. There's so many different areas and different ways that you can get leadership experience. But I can tell you the huge mistake is that these scholarship judges are looking for, students, and they're looking for students who are leaders, who have examples. Now, they're not looking for someone to say, I'm a CEO, I'm the president of 5 clubs at school, but they're looking for evidence of leadership skills. So that covers that, is what scholarship judges are looking for. But now I want to kind of get into what does that really mean. So I'm going to give some examples here from some recent students that I've been working with. So number one is that a lot of students, this is the next mistake, right? They are just saying in the essay, well, I'm a leader. I lead my club. I lead my soccer team. And that is a huge no-no. Hello, Frank M. Vegeta. I think I said it right. Sorry. Correct me if I'm wrong. We went over, so the next thing that we covered, is talking about leadership in terms of your application. You never want to just write that I'm a leader. Hello, how are you? Thanks for joining us. So you never want to just say I'm a leader. That's the quickest way to get your application looked over and passed on by, right? So you want to give evidence. And what I mean by evidence is you want to give examples. You want to show how you're a leader. And so how I suggest for you to go about doing this is writing down, again, how you define a leader. Start there. And then write down the qualities of a leader, right? So a leader is, for example, they're honest. Maybe you want to say that they are able to communicate well. Different skills. However you and your student define leadership, is have them to write down a list of qualities, right? It could be a couple. No need to list like 15, but they could list 5 or 10. And then they want to look at that list of those leadership qualities and see how they fit into that list. Let's say that your student, let's say that they communicate very well in a group. They work well with a team. They're able to be decisive, right? They're able to make proper decisions and go through that decision-making process as they should, as a leadership. They're able to make those tough choices. They're able to have those tough conversations. They're able to get in there and jump right in and do the work as well. Maybe they're able to foresee possible roadblocks and discuss ways to work around them. Those are all the things that leaders do. So again, as your student, they want to take that list of those, let's say 5 or 10 leadership qualities, and they want to jot down notes in between of how they fit into that and write down examples. So now, for them to go back and say, okay, I'm on the soccer team. I led them through this different scenario. We had a situation in my Key Club, right? And so I led the fundraising project in the Key Club. So they want to list those examples. And then what they want to do is, depending on the scholarship, because of course the examples need to align with the essay, and it really should mesh well or blend well with really the purpose of that scholarship. So they want to then infuse that or include that into their scholarship essays. They also want to include that in the scholarship application. Hello, Resume Workshop. Thank you for joining us. So yes, they want to include that in their application, and also if it's allowed, because I would check first. But I've actually advised students to actually have a document of that ready. It's not the scholarship resume. I know people hear me talk about that a lot, but it's actually a list of their leadership experience with their, I guess you would call it their how do I say this? Maybe their leadership resume is a good way to say it. And so actually, I actually advise students to keep note of this. Now, in order for students to get this experience, that means that they have to be involved. Happy New Year to you too. Thanks, Tracy. Thanks for your support. So yes, in order for your students to be able to include leadership experience, which is what scholarship judges are looking for, that means that they have to be getting the experience, right? And so you, if you're the educator, the parents, the aunt, grandma, oh, thank you. Whatever your role is in that child's life, is to encourage them, and take them if you have to. I'm so glad that my parents provided me those opportunities as well, to lead and to get that experience. That way that I could include it, which I did, on my scholarship applications. So that's kind of the next step. So just kind of do a quick recap. We've discussed, first is to define the leadership and have your student to write those qualities down. The next step is to have them to then jot notes how they fit or their experiences into those qualities. And then lastly, they want to include those in their application. But also, yes, it is, Tracy, and you definitely, with doing resumes, I know you know about that. But yes, it's important that they get experience. And so, again, whatever your role is in that child's life is to help them get those experiences. Keep presenting the opportunity, keep encouraging them. Invite them to get involved in different organizations. Of course, it'd be much better if that fit in with their interests, like their career interests or hobbies or passions. But nonetheless, they want to get that leadership experience. Now, here's the thing. I want to go back. So with the essay, you want to make sure. Hello. You want to make sure that it has to be a balance, right? Because you don't want the student to just brag and say, work at a university by day. Yes. Oh, thanks, Tracy. And yes, it's really, really much needed. So I want to go back and talk about the essay just for a second when it comes in terms of including that leadership experience. It's really important to not just brag and say, well, I did this and I did this, but really tie it back, because it has to connect back to really the purpose of that essay. So you have to think about it. If this essay is a requirement for a scholarship for teachers, right? Let's say it's for future teachers. Let's say your child is going to be an education major. Then it's really important that when they share that leadership experience, it has to all tie in. You don't want it to stick out like a sore thumb, because it could be interpreted as just bragging, just having a list of achievements of leadership experience. And you definitely don't want that, because scholarship judges, again, will look at that and they will continue to look and pass on. So that's how they handle that. So that's really, in essence, really the formula of a winning scholarship application really is it's really important to get the leadership. Thank you so much for the hearts. It's really important to get that leadership piece down. And again, this is one question that comes up a lot, so I want to tackle it right now. Is I have parents that ask me all the time, well, my student is shy, they're not really outgoing, they're not a part of a key club or sports or, something like that. Yes, networking. I was going to touch on that too. And networking is huge. I'll discuss it for just a second. It's so important that your students are already, I'll say, rubbing elbows with leaders in the area. That is just as important, that way that they can have those connections and perhaps, those people, leaders in the community, could even pass on opportunities or scholarship money to that student. So that's very, very important. So thanks, Tracy, for mentioning that. Networking is huge. And actually, I'm going to touch on in just a second one of my favorite places that I think students, at least high school, should be networking. But I want to talk about, I lost my train of thought. I want to talk about the leadership piece back with the essay. You just want to make sure that it meshes. You want to make sure that it really aligns with that application. That's really important. Scholarship is on for people who live in the USA. No, there are scholarships literally for students all over the world. If you just do a quick Google search and just do international student scholarships or do scholarships + international students, you will find a wealth of scholarships, I promise you. But yes, back to the leadership. So this question that I get all the time is, if you're, what if my child is shy? What if they're not outgoing? Let's say they're an introvert. How can they get the experience without feeling, the pressure, of a group? And so this is my response, is that, again, your child has the opportunity to initiate and launch initiatives themselves. Like one, I'll give two examples. Two things that I suggested for some other students that worked is I said, launch your YouTube channel. If you like doing videos, and let's say it's about a cause or something you're passionate about, if you're a writer and you like writing, if you like painting, do your craft, your hobby, or share your skill, your talent, and then upload it. Have a platform or create one. And that's even a great thing to do even on social media, or have your own a website, or your own blog, so find ways to share in a way that can help others. Maybe in your community, maybe you on your own, you go and bake cookies and sit with the elderly. Maybe you go to the soup kitchen yourself and you drop off some items. Maybe you take some clothes or shoes that you're no longer using. That's still nice, but you're no longer using, and you take it yourself. So it's not a group effort, or it's not it's not anything that's with a group or anything that would make you feel out of place or shy. But you can just go yourself. So the key is to initiate. And also I want to touch, this is the same advice that I advise for homeschooling students. Your child does not have to be in a school to be a leader. You can collaborate with several homeschooling families, or as a family yourself. This is a great way for parents to stay engaged, is to volunteer or to go somewhere and make a difference as a family. It's a great way to get involved and communicate with your child and see what's going on with them, as well as helping other people. So it's a very good way to do that, so do it together. That way your child's getting the experience. You're right there along with them. You're engaged in the process. And then the good news is when it comes time for the scholarship application time, you can help your child to put those experiences together. And while I'm on that, is every leadership experience that your child has, I want them to document. Keep track over time, because I can tell you it's hard when you're sitting there at the kitchen table, and let's say that was 5 years ago. Yes, especially, Tracy, with those home study students. Absolutely. This is very, very key for them too. But yes, don't wait until you're sitting there the night of the application, which you shouldn't be doing. Can I ask a question? Yes, you can ask me now. But yeah, don't wait until the last minute, which you shouldn't be doing anyway. But yes, is you want to keep track, and also keep track of who, if you were, working with an organization, keep track of who you've been talking with, who you've been working with, keep track of dates. I can tell you that this stands out. This is what the scholarship judges want to see. I have asked them directly. I can tell you this is what they are looking for. So you want to make sure that your application clearly shows There should be no doubt that you're a leader. By the time that scholarship judge finishes looking at your scholarship application, they should be able to say, hey, he's a leader. Hey, she's a leader. Okay, I'm taking them seriously. They're getting through the next round. Let's see if they win the scholarship. So, Tracy brought up a good point just a second ago about networking, and I want to talk about that. It's so crucial, and the thing about it is this is not just for scholarships. I mean, this is for the rest of life, right? We're all leaders, even into adulthood. We should be. How can parents get to understand the importance? Yes. Besides telling them 1,000 times. Really, I stress this, and maybe a great way to do this is to set a process up. So, once a student goes and, of course they tell their parents, that, hey, I'm going, or, obviously the parent knows, is when they come back, because obviously, the parent's going to ask how did the experience go, unless they're with them. Then the next thing, okay, give me one second. I'm actually going to show you. Give me 1 second, Frank. But back to the other question by Swagademics. What about leadership? Okay, just 1 second. So back to what Swagademics was talking about with parents is that the parents can ask. So parents, I'm encouraging you to initiate. Ask the questions and say, have you documented this? Are you keeping track? And really, since I encourage regular conversations about scholarships in the process, as parents ask this regularly. Keep asking. I'm on social media and I'm going to keep asking. I know Swagademics is going to keep asking. So it really takes a village. We're going to do our part, but parents, you have to do your part as well. Now, to Frank's question, I'm going to actually get on Google, so bear with me. And I'm actually going to show you how to find scholarships. So I'm going to give you the shortcut version, right? Okay, so let me turn this around so you can see. Okay. All right, so I'm typing while I'm doing this, so bear with me. So I'm going to do it with this hand. So you're going to put in, so see how I'm typing in Ukraine. So let's say, well, yes. I'm making this up, but let's say you wanted to stay. Let's do it like this, sorry. We're going to say you want to study in the U.S., right? So we're going to say international. Yes, okay, great. International scholarships. To study in the U.S. So I want you to start there. You're going to see a whole bunch of things come up, but I wanted you to see something in particular. Oh, you're from Cameroon. Okay. No, that's fine. That's okay. So what I want you to do is, you see this website right here? I'm going to highlight it. It says www.scholarsfordev, meaning development.com. Now this I'm not saying that this may or may not have your list, but what I want you to do is go through here. You want to go to websites like this. Now, if you know the specific college you're looking at, that's even better, because you see how these are organized by the college. Like, see how Columbia College is there, Concordia, Cornell. So there's a few different ways, but number one is I would start with Googling here and start with studying in the U.S., which is where you want to study. And then also you can study by the college. And then thirdly, I would study by the major. What, I can't see it well. Oh, sorry. Let me go back. Okay. So I put in, now I forgot. Just 1 second. Okay. So I put in international scholarships to study in the U.S. That's what I put in here, right? And then you want to scroll down. Now, these other resources are fine as well, but I particularly like this website here. It's called the 25 Scholarships, see there, in USA for international students. And it's a great website. And then see that title up there? It's called Scholars for Dev, which is Scholarships for Development. And actually, I would actually subscribe to get on their list. But now this is just a top 25. But you can actually go over here to search. And you can put in different keywords, like, for students from Africa, from Cameroon, or you can search by your major, or you can also search by the college as well. Now, the good news is if you know the college, which I was showing down here, you see how it's organized by the colleges here. So American University, Amherst, Arkansas University. You can actually reach out to them once you've decided, or if you know, you can actually reach out to them as well. They can actually give you some more specifics once you tell them, that you're from Cameroon, but you're living in the Ukraine. Was that helpful for you? Did you see it? Did you see it? Yes. Okay, good, good. So, yes, I'm going to keep talking, but you want to go to this website, and then you want to stay there, and you want to kind of search through there, okay? All right. Back to me. All right, so I want to wrap up because I didn't want to talk about email. Yes, okay. So, actually, let me show you because I'm going to go back to the. Yes, you can. You can email me. You want to go to collegeprepready@gmail.com. So that's collegeprepready@gmail.com. And Tracy says we have this. Yes, thanks for sharing, Tracy. That's very important too. All right. So I've been talking about a winning scholarship, and so I just want to wrap up with this before I get into how I'm able to assist further in this area. So I'm gonna go on networking before I wrap up here. So with networking, one of my favorite places for students to go to is LinkedIn, and I get a lot of curious looks like LinkedIn. But yes, I encourage high school students to go to LinkedIn, and really even below that age, so you can be ready. But definitely high school age, just go to LinkedIn, and I want you to look for people in working in your desired career field. I want you to look for also the associations as well, because the good news is those people are most likely in what they call a LinkedIn group or a LinkedIn community, and they possibly have not only scholarship opportunities, but also leadership opportunities for students as well. I've done this many, many times, and I can tell you that it works, to start reaching out now. And once mention, hey, I'm in Chicago, for example, then they can connect you up with perhaps an industry group in Chicago. Now, if you don't want to go through LinkedIn, you can also just Google. You can go straight to Google and put in there, you can say nursing association + Chicago. And then you can find your local group, and you can reach out and say, hey, I'm not a nurse yet. I'm interested in the career field, but I want to see what opportunities I have to get involved, to get engaged. And let me tell you, that is a great experience to include on your scholarship application if you can do that. All right, so now I want to talk about how I can help you to create those winning scholarship applications. I'm so excited. I've been working on this project for quite some time, and actually it's opening up tomorrow, but I want to give you a sneak peek into what I've been working on. So I want to show you what I've been doing. So back to this page we were looking at before. As I know that a lot of students are frustrated, and families too, because it's, to be honest, even though I've given you the formula, so to speak, of how to create winning scholarship applications, it's really important to talk to the student and really to kind of get an understanding of really what they're putting down, and also to make sure that they are presenting their best selves to these scholarship judges. So what I've done is I'm going to be launching tomorrow the How to Create Winning Scholarship Applications program. And I just wanted to kind of show you here. This is a student, her name is El Tomei, that I worked with previously. And I'm so excited. She actually is a graduate student. She came to me and she was starting school, within weeks of us talking. And I said, hey, we can do this. And so I worked with her. The same thing I've mentioned tonight. We worked on her even just her first scholarship application. She won that scholarship in social work in her home state of New York. And actually, this video is a clip that she was actually featured on her local TV station. And she was, they took her up there to the event, and they actually had a scholarship gala where she's right there on the right hand side there. She was actually presented the award, and there she's sitting at dinner with the actual directors of this organization, who presented her with the scholarship. So you actually can click and view the video yourself on my website, which is, again, collegeprepready.com. But I want to end with this. The program, again, is launching tomorrow. Just want to kind of give you a few things to expect in that for those that will be joining us. This program is 6 weeks because there are 6 steps to the program. creating your winning scholarship is really just one step. But I take the entire process from finding scholarships that fit the student specifically. We take them from that step all the way to filling out the application, to sending it in, some follow-up tips and strategies that they should be doing as well to continue to get the judges, attention and to really get that edge in the, amongst the pool of applicants. And so I take them through the entire step. They're working with me. I take that group. It will be a small group on purpose because they have access to me through email, unlimited access. They also have access to a private Facebook community. Plus, they will be receiving the worksheets, the trainings. We will be going over this step by step. I'll also be reviewing their scholarship applications as well as the essay. So, again, this is just for 6 weeks. It is opening up tomorrow, but the program officially launches January the 31st, and then, of course, for the next 6 weeks after that. Yes, there is an investment for this because, yes, it does. It takes time, and there is an investment for students, and that is going to be $397 with a few bonuses. So, for those that want to get on the early notification list, see this red button right here. You want to enter in your email address here, where I just clicked, and then you want to click download your free training. And so, for those that get on this early notification list, I'm actually going to be sharing the bonus training of the Get More Money for College, which is the program that my client up here was a part of that helped her to win that scholarship. So again, if you opt into the program tonight, you go to, again, that's collegeprepready.com. And actually, I'll take you back out to see at the top. You want to click here on, winning scholarship applications. And again, feel free to watch the video, kind of see what all entailed with El Tome winning that scholarship. And then again, you can enter your email address here. And then you can download your free training. That's my way to say thank you while you're waiting to get the notification tomorrow. Thank you. Thank you, Tracy. Thanks for sharing on Twitter. So, with that being said, I look forward to seeing you on the inside of the program. I'm so excited because this is really I can tell you, it's what's hindering a lot of students. And you think about it, it's so unfortunate to be able to search and get the right scholarship, but then when it comes time for the application process, when you're filling out those applications, hello, Soretis and F. Summer, thank you, and Swagademics, thanks for sharing on Twitter. So it's unfortunate that you find the right scholarship, it's a great fit, but then you get to the application. And because the student misses a point here or there, or they're not turning in strong applications, they're missing out on scholarship dollars. Oh, thanks, Tracy. And so, the whole point of the Create Winning Scholarships program is that I don't want your students to miss out on any more scholarship dollars because of missing out on a point here or there on the scholarship application. And so my job and the focus of that program is to strengthen these applications the way that your students can increase their chances of winning those scholarship dollars. So again, I want you to enter your email address. You're going to get the bonus training right now. Hi, thanks for joining. You're going to get it right now. You click download your free training, and then tomorrow the program will open up. I will be sharing the link. And again, I hope to see you on the inside. And again, I want to say thank you guys so much. Back on me. Thank you guys so much for listening. Hello. Thank you. Thanks for sharing. Again, thank you so much for listening. If you have any questions, my email address is collegeprepready, like the website, the @gmail.com. Again, that's collegeprepready@gmail.com. If you have any questions about the program, there will be a payment plan. I wanted to mention that as well for those who are investing. Hello, Don Welsh. There will be a payment plan for those who are investing. So if you have questions about that, what you can expect in the program, any questions about what I've talked about tonight, or the bonus, feel free again to email me at collegeprepready, like the website, @gmail.com.